Okay, let's do this thing. Hi, hello, and welcome to my channel. I have tried to film this and subsequently post this video 3 times in the past year and a half, and it's just not going to happen unless I just do it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing it. No makeup, terrible hair, awful lighting, and gigantic bags underneath my eyes and all. I'm 31. Welcome to being old. Um, but I love Booktube and I love talking about books, so I thought I might as well start with the Booktube newbie tag. Um, be gentle on the hate. I'm pretty sure you can't say anything that I don't already think about myself, so yeah. So why did I start this channel? Because I like talking about books. I don't have a lot of people in my life who read as much as I do, so it's kind of hard to talk to people about things. Or if they do read a lot, we don't read the similar books. Like I might suggest something, but they probably don't read the same thing and don't really have an interest in what I like to read. So I have some people that I have things in common with, but not a lot. And I don't see them all the time when we do have stuff in common, so I can't really talk about books with them very often. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? Probably nothing. I'm not sassy, I'm not snarky, not fun and bubbly. I just really like books. I'm a white female. There's no diversity there. Yeah, nothing. I enjoy books. I enjoy a wide variety of books. Where I've noticed a lot of booktubers kind of pick a genre. I like to bounce back and forth between them, which I guess is a little different. Or if they do, they don't really talk about it. So I'm planning on talking about everything that I read, just about, in some form or fashion. What are you most excited about for this new channel? I don't know. Hopefully becoming part of a book community. I took the plunge and joined a book club. Haven't read the first book and unlikely to have a chance to actually read it because it's a new release and I just didn't get around to it by the time my checkout from the library expired. But the next one is a backlist, so hopefully I can get my hands on that and join that way. But I tend to be more of a lurker than a joiner. So just being able to freely express my opinions on things, I guess. Number 4, why do you love reading? I love reading because it's an escape. Most of the time life is boring, and reading can be very not boring if you're picking the books that to me aren't boring. Like I don't tend to read historical fiction or nonfiction because a lot of the times it's just boring to me. I tend to pick things like fantasy, thriller, supernatural, paranormal, romance, things that just, they're different. It's not how I live my life. It's not anything a part of the real world. I just find it really entertaining. What book or series got you into reading? I don't know exactly what book. I guess if you want to go way, way back, it would be growing up. My dad read Dr. Seuss to us every night, so those got me into reading, obviously. But I do remember the author's name, Richie Tankersley Cusack. I believe it was more of like a murder mystery genre, and that's like really what got me into reading a lot and reading consistently. But when I became absolutely obsessed with reading was when I read The Hobbit. It was my first foray into fantasy in, I guess it was the 7th grade, and I fell in love, and I obsessively read nothing but fantasy for like the next 5 years. I've been working on branching out since then. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? Probably nothing. I would probably babble like an idiot and say something awkward and embarrassing. I have a history of doing that. I've had the opportunity to talk to actual celebrities before and decided not to because it's terrifying. So the people that I looked up to on Booktube, it would just be a weird one. Yeah, I guess it would, a lot of it would be just questions people ask all the time. How do you read so much? Especially for the ones that I follow that have full-time jobs. I kind of struggle with that a lot. But yeah, I don't really know what I would ask them. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Well, like at the top of the video, I said that I filmed this video 3 times and I haven't posted it yet. I've had the channel set up for over a year and haven't done anything with it. I'm just kind of scared of putting myself out there because the internet can be great and it can also be terrible. And I'd like to avoid the terrible part if I can. When did I start reading? It's number 8. I don't know. My parents said that I started reading fairly early. I don't remember when I started reading, but like reading for enjoyment, that would probably be 6th grade because my parents moved to a completely different county and I had no friends. And they moved to a county where everyone went to school together pretty much from kindergarten through their senior year of high school. So I was coming in right in the middle, didn't really know anyone, and I'm very much an introvert, so it was a little hard to make friends, a little hard to put myself out there. I did, get some friends, but not a lot, so I would essentially just check a bunch of books out of the library and spend all my free time reading because I didn't have anything else to do, nowhere else to go, people to hang out with, so... where do you read? I read pretty much anywhere, mostly at home because I'm a homebody. But like if I know I'm going to be out somewhere and have some downtime, I'll have a book with me or I'll have audiobook downloaded on my phone so I can listen to that. My most enjoyable place to read is on my couch. But I also will read out by a fire pit, outside. I will listen to audiobooks while I take my dogs on hikes. So pretty much anywhere. I'm really lucky in that I can listen to stuff at work, so I can listen to audiobooks there. Which is great when you run out of podcasts you want to listen to. And then number 10, what kind of books do you like to read? I mainly enjoy paranormal books. That is like my go-to. If something has a hint of paranormal in it, I am going to want to pick it up, most likely. From there, I enjoy thrillers. I really have gotten back into thrillers since I hadn't read them in so long. Once I went on my fantasy kick, from there it kind of went to paranormal, and I just recently got back into thrillers. Thanks a lot to Kayla from Books and Lala. Hearing her talk about her rediscovery of how much she loves thrillers gave me the idea, like, maybe I should give those a go again. And I spent last year reading quite a few, many more than I have in like the past 10 years. But I will read pretty much anything. I enjoy contemporary, I enjoy new adult, I enjoy romance, I enjoy erotica. Like, I enjoy pretty much everything. The only thing I have a hard time enjoying is nonfiction. I have found ones that I've enjoyed, but I'm really picky on those. But the one that I avoid like the plague is historical fiction. It sounds boring. I had a lot of history classes in college, and they always put me to sleep, the books, every single time. Even if it was a fiction book related to whatever course material we were going over, it became impossible to keep my eyes open. So those, when I read, I tend to read like the first paragraphs of the summary, and if it's like set in 18 whatever, I'm like, and we're putting you back, because it would take me forever to slog through it, and I don't have time for that. I need to read things that I'm pretty much going to enjoy. Yeah, so that's the Booktube newbie tag. I figure also in this video, because I'm pretty sure my next video will be like a wrap up for January and February of everything I read, in which I'll give my star ratings. I should probably explain how I rate things, in case people actually follow this and want to know why I gave something a certain rating. I don't know why. It's terrible audio. You recorded on an iPhone 4 that I had laying in a drawer because my current phone doesn't want to record any audio. It just makes laser sounds, which is really cool. And the lighting's awful because I'm going to record at night because I'm terrified of my husband finding out that I'm recording videos for YouTube. It's just weird when you're 31 starting out, I think. I don't know. Anyway, rating system. So I'm going to go with the standard 5-star rating system that's available on Goodreads. because that's where I kind of track what I read. I will try to write a 1 to 2 sentence summary for each book I read, like what I liked, or if I really didn't like it, why I didn't like it. So if you want to follow me there, it's the same handle, Boring Brielle, on Goodreads. There's probably a link somewhere down below if you are interested. But yeah, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. That would be really weird if you did it opposite. I wonder if someone out there does it opposite, just for fun. But yeah, a 1-star book is one that I read at least halfway and absolutely hated it and refused to finish it. There's only 1 book that I've done that to so far. It's The Circle by, don't remember the name, but I hated it. It was boring, and I had friends say it didn't get any better. So that was the first book that I ever flat out was like, this is making me actually angry, and I can't finish it. So 1 star. Halfway, can't finish it, do not like it. That still counts as read in my opinion, because I finished most books. 2 is, didn't really like it, didn't actively hate it, but didn't really like it, wouldn't really recommend it to anyone. Major failings in development or characters or, plot, pacing, anything like that, would probably get a 2-star. I don't tend to give those out too often. Granted, I just started actually reviewing books and keeping track since 2019, so who knows, it could change. 3-star is, it's a fine book. Like, it didn't do anything wrong, didn't do anything amazing, but it was, written well, you could follow it. There weren't any glaring plot holes or, mischaracterizations or anything like that. I just really didn't like it. I probably would recommend it to someone, but it's just not my favorite. And that tends to be nonfiction, I've noticed. I tend to give nonfiction 3 stars, which is sad, but 4 stars is a good book. I enjoyed it. The main difference that I have between 4 and a 5-star book, because I can absolutely love a 4-star book, but the biggest difference for me is a 5-star is a book that I will reread. Not, immediately, but I know for a fact in the future I'm going to reread it and enjoy it just as much. However, just because it doesn't get a 5-star doesn't mean I'm not going to reread it. And I'll probably cover that in other videos if I ever get around to them. Who knows, this channel could live and die by 1 video. But yeah, that's my 5-star spacing out how I do things. So I guess I will see you guys next week for everything I read in January and February, because like I said, I've tried this video a million times and I set out my goals, but I just didn't post it because I'm a big baby. So yeah, for all of you other big babies out there, hi, hello, be gentle, thank you. Oh, and another thing, I don't know how to edit video, so this is probably unedited and it's terrible. I'm gonna go with whatever thumbnail YouTube gives me, so I guess we can only go up from here, right? Yeah, that's I guess another thing I should say I hope to gain out of this is learning how to edit video, maybe adding creating a thumbnail and adding visuals, because most of the books I read are from the library. I'm gonna stop rambling now. Okay, hi YouTube, hi Booktube. Okay, bye.